What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some r/choosing beggars. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. My brother, a champion or a choosing beggar? Posted by user Samurai Kurt. This is my first time here, so I apologize in advance if I break any rule. My first language is not English, so forgive me if I don't make sense at some part. First, a little backstory. My brother, who's 24, is a martial arts champion/instructor. He has won multiple championships on state and national level, and he's currently working in 3 different gyms. Sometimes we train together. I'm 21, struggling a lot to find a job, and waiting for a chance to get in college. You can say I'm not on my prime time. I'm not a winner like my brother is, but I do martial arts, so I consider myself an amateur. I'm always up to help him in the gyms he works for with exhibitions and tournaments, in exchange for nothing but watching the matches on first row. Brother has been angry at me for more than a month, for an unknown reason, and barely speaks to me. Now here's the story. This just happened today. My brother, a couple of weeks ago, when he was already mad at me, asked me for some personal documents, birth certificate, ID, etc., to sign me and his trainees up on a sports count from the government. This means more people training martial arts, more budget for the sport in the next year. In exchange for this, the government gives an incentive in cash to all the athletes counted. He tells me I'm expected to have around $75 for being part of the count as a regular trainee, while he's expecting around $255 for being an instructor. I'm really okay with this. $75 is more good for me for being unemployed. So today, we went to the local sports institute to pick up our money. There, we got informed that the incentive will be given in checks, so everyone's money is safe. I received my paycheck first, and it wasn't for $75 as we first thought. It was for $127. They gave me the amount that only top high-performance athletes are entitled to. I was screaming internally of happiness when I saw the amount right next to my name. Then they proceed to hand my brother a check. It wasn't for $255 as we thought too. This time it was less, but still a really good cash for practicing a sport you love, $178. Not bad in my opinion, but my brother didn't like any of that. He was really furious about the big cut on his money. When we got back to our home, we have a conversation that went exactly like this. Brother, when you turn that check into cash today or tomorrow, keep 50 for yourself and give me the rest. Me. Wait, what? Why? Brother, because things are like this. Me, but that's less than you told me I was getting in the beginning. Brother, they also gave me less than I was told in the beginning. Then he storms off the room, clearly furious, and I stayed there, confused. 20 minutes later, I got a call from my dad asking how I was. I told him everything, just like what happened, and he responds with, "Give him the money. I'll refund the amount to you, but I'm gonna have a really serious talk with your brother. I think he wants the money for a sleeve tattoo, and his anger has to stop now." I was crying out of pure rage, trying to explain to my dad how this was not fair in any form, and he agreed, but told me it was the right thing to do in order to avoid a bigger fight between us just for money. On my dad's words, he doesn't want us to be antagonizing each other because we are brothers. We are meant to be together, and he doesn't want us to have bad blood. I agreed reluctantly to follow his plan, so now I'm waiting for my dad to talk to my brother to calm his fury and give him the damn money. If you guys are interested in how this is going to end, let me know and I'll keep you updated. Thanks for reading this, and excuse me for the length. My dude, this is how they are born, by just giving in to what they want. I don't agree with your dad in this situation. You shouldn't just give him the money to appease him. Like, he needs to be taught a lesson. I know some people have said in the comments before that they can't really be taught a lesson, but I'm still a firm believer that you gotta try. You have to try. Oh no, especially, but like I do understand where he's coming from. You don't want to have bad blood between siblings. That's like I couldn't imagine that. Like that's your blood. That's like closer, like as close as you're gonna get to somebody who should be, you know, that should have your back and you should have theirs. You know what I'm saying? Art for cheap. Posted by user cuntish_pie. Fresh out of my BA in fine art. When thinking of doing a master's, which I didn't do, a friend of my mom asks if I would paint a portrait of her family, 6 people, in oil paint. I don't say no, but begin to price it up, knowing she would like it to be on canvas and A2, 16.5 by 23.5 inches or bigger. For those who aren't artists, a basic canvas would cost around £10, or $12.50. But I prefer premium quality. But the base coat, linseed oil, paints, etc. would have been about £40 or $50 or more, as again, I like premium quality. Also, she wanted a hyper-realism look, which basically means it looks like a photo. So this would require more time, effort, and paint to layer it up to achieve desired look. I would have taken at least 20 hours on this, possibly up to 40, and as it is oils, it would require long drying times between layers. This is my method I work with, and it works for me, so I don't fuck with it. I priced it all up, round up on supplies and hours to allow for excess, just in case of unforeseeable circumstances and using more time or resources. Cost looked like this. Canvas, £20. Material, £60. Hours estimated at 40 multiplied by £7, £280. Total, £360. The £7 per hour payment for my time was the current minimum wage. Then, friend's discount, which technically I didn't need to apply as she wasn't my friend, but I did because it was my mom's friend who had been wanting a nice painted portrait for years. This discount was 15%, so brought the cost down from £360 to £306. It meant that had I taken 40 hours, knowing me, it's highly likely as I am meticulous, I would have worked for 7 or 8 hours for free, as I couldn't budge on materials or canvas. No painting without this. For the size, skill, and experience, she knew my qualifications and had seen my work. It was a bargain. I personally didn't seek to do it, but was keen on the idea with payment as I was very busy at the time with work. I was able to shift things around to fit the time in. She heard the price, saw the figures, and asked. She said she was hoping I would do it for £20, $25 or less. No. I explained she has a discount applied and referred back to the quote. She still asked for £20, and I said that I won't even buy the canvas, a good quality one that is sturdy and will last, let alone the materials, for that amount. She persisted and acted like she was doing me a favor by letting me paint her family. I reminded her I am a university graduate with a good grade and don't need this help. I explained that I'm not going to pay money from my own pocket to paint a huge picture when I'm busy enough, but was willing to make an exception if she was willing to pay full price. I also reminded her that I don't owe her anything. Yet I was nice enough to give her a discount when she was my mother's friend, not mine, which would mean I wouldn't be paid for some of my time. She persisted at £20 or £25, so I told her that there is a lovely shop in the mall that puts a picture of your choice on a canvas that size for £20. I suggest doing it smaller in a different, less time-consuming style and in acrylic, A3, 11.5 by 16.5 inches at £70 or £84, which is £17.50. Canvas, £5. Paints, and 7 hours painting at £49, totaling £71.50. Fuck the £1.50. She said, But the canvases are poor and the images are grainy at the shop, and I want A2, oil, and hyper realistic. Me. Well, that's what you get for 20 pounds at the shop, or 70 pounds in acrylic. You realize it's more because it is my time, skill, and effort. Even a professional photographer would charge you more than 20 pounds, as it's their skill, time, and effort you are paying for. If you want a painting in oil with my skills, it's now 360 pounds. Her. I can only do 20. I thought it was 306 pounds before. Why is it 360 pounds now? Me. You no longer get the friends and family discount. She didn't get the painting, and my mom, also an artist but in a different style and not with oil, doesn't speak to her anymore. She was horrified at what the woman was asking. Bitch! Edit. 70 pound in acrylic. Oh my god. Considering I know somebody I think that paid close to $1,000 Canadian for a painting, 306 pounds is not that bad. That's not that bad at all. I'm really curious to see if OP has any of their art up. I'm just gonna click on their little profile right now. Let's take a look. Nope, they don't. Well, that's a shame, OP. I would like to see some of your work, because that sounds amazing. But yeah, like, people like this are just, what are you thinking? 25 pounds for a hyper-realistic painting? Like, no. 25 pounds, that'll get you like a caricature or something. Caricature? I never know how to say that word. Oh, shit. But I also think that this story probably belonged in r/asshole tax and not Choosing Beggars, because they were trying to pay for something. They weren't trying to get something for free. I mean, they might as well have been, really, with the amount that they decided to offer for the painting. But I think this is more r/asshole tax than Choosing Beggars. This beggar was a literal chooser. Posted by user Anti-Everything77. Years ago, I worked in an office downtown. Often on smoke breaks, you'd be asked for change or spare cigs. There was this one guy who always looked frazzled in a wrinkled brown suit with a suitcase, who asked if I had any change for food. No, but I'm going to Subway for lunch. I'll grab you a meal of the day, I offered. He seemed to begrudgingly agree, and here I am thinking, beggars can't be choosers, right? Wrong. I toss my cig and we go inside. I take my order and add a sub of the day for this guy. But I don't like tuna, Choosing Beggars says. That was the deal. Take it or leave it, I say. He starts getting real rude to the woman making the sandwich. Her English was less than perfect, and he kept saying, "What? I can't hardly understand you. Is that English?" And so on. It was embarrassing. Finally, his sandwich was made. I paid and gave him everything. I don't even think he thanked me. Luckily, he was a very memorable man, and I have never given him anything again. However, a year or so later, some friends and I are having drinks on a patio near work. Same dude sees us and asks for some change. Before I can interject, a coworker gives him some change, probably less than $2. He looks at it, scoffs, and puts the change on the newspaper machine and walks away. I found out later he's a compulsive gambler who lies to his wife about his job. Oh my god. Wow. There used to be, I remember I worked at this one place. They would have, there's like a little, I want to call it like a cul-de-sac that was at the end of, it intersected at two like alleys. And it was like the back entrance to my work. And there was like a parking garage there and everything. And there was the smoking area. And there was one of those tall ashtrays that everybody puts their butts in. And there would always be one or two people that would come there and fish out the like 3/4 smoked cigarettes out of the ashtray and smoke them. I was like... I was grossed out, but I felt bad for them at the same time. And whenever I saw them, I usually would toss them a couple cigarettes or whatever. But things are that bad that you're willing to put your lips on something someone else already put their lips on, then I feel so bad for you. And yeah, smoking is bad. I do not condone anybody smoking. I think it's awful, and I really need to quit. I'm trying to get in that mindset to quit, and I try, and then I break, and then I try again. You just got to keep trying. That's all. They say that it's harder to quit smoking than it is to quit heroin. Not that I know, because I've never done heroin, and that could be just propaganda, who knows, but it is hard, my dudes. Has any of my subscribers, have you quit smoking successfully? What did you guys do to quit? Let me know in the comments. And before I get to the next story, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for new videos, my dudes. Just tell them it's for you. Posted by user IPVRSEMT. My husband has a wonderful friend who is an extremely talented artist. He draws and paints as a hobby. It is not his main source of income. As a birthday/Christmas gift from my husband, he is doing a painting for me of my dog that recently died. I don't know how much. If anything, he is charging my husband, as they often do things back and forth for each other. I made the mistake of mentioning this to an acquaintance/neighbor. The term friend is an excessive description of our relationship, because I am incredibly excited for it to be completed. I really miss my dog, and I will treasure this painting. This is how the conversation went. Me. I am so excited to get my painting of Harley. I miss her so much. Choosing Beggar. I bet. Is your friend a good drawer? Yes, this was the term used to identify an artist. Me. He really is amazing. I'm very lucky he's doing this for me. Choosing Beggar. I definitely want to see it. Super fake enthusiasm. Hey, it just occurred to me, but do you think he would design and draw a tat for me? Proceeds to describe a strange/complicated design. Me. I don't know. I can ask him. I have no idea what he charged for something like that. I know a few extra bucks at Christmas wouldn't hurt, though. Choosing Beggar. Charge? Me. Yeah. He will occasionally do paintings for a few extra dollars, but I don't know about a tattoo design. Choosing Beggar. Can't you just tell him it's for you so he will do it for free? Me. No. TLDR. Choosing Beggar wanted me to tell artist friend to design a tattoo and tell him it was for me in order to get it for free. Edited for clarity and formatting. What the fuck? Why did this person even assume that you were getting it for free? Like, Like, do these... Clearly, this person has no friends that are crafty. Otherwise, she'd probably just be taking advantage of them all the time and expecting them to do free shit for them. Oh, so gross. They're so, like, today's, like, very art-themed. Like, people trying to get free art. I don't... Interesting. Maybe I need to do some drawing or something today. Choosing Beggar asking for money outside of 7-Eleven. Posted by user Cactus Jack. So, the other day, I had gone to 7-Eleven for some snacks and drinks. I always see homeless people outside that particular 7-Eleven, so if I can usually give them change or something. That day was particularly cold, and while going inside, I noticed the Choosing Beggar. At first, I thought to myself, hey, it's just another homeless person. But boy, was I wrong. I'd got my stuff and decided to buy them a coffee and a hot dog to keep warm. I figured it's a cold day, so might as well buy them something till their stomach isn't empty. Once outside, I see them and tell them to offer them some items. To my surprise, they deny both the coffee and hot dog because they want money to buy food they like. I immediately regretted it, so I didn't say anything and just walked away. Thankfully, I found another homeless person and they actually accepted. This Cactus Jack, I feel like I've read another story about 7-Eleven from Cactus Jack before. Let's see. Nope, I'm definitely wrong. Must have been something else Cactus. Okay. But yeah, I was about to say something like he should have just like just shoved the whole thing in his mouth and walked away or something. But if you found another homeless person that accepted it, then that's cool too. But oh, what did they choose? Like literal choosing beggars outside of 7-Eleven. Like, I I guess some people don't like hot dogs. I guess I don't know. Still, you'd think if they were hungry. But again, I'm not in their position, so I don't know. So hard to make, so hard to make like give your opinion on something like this when you really don't know their situation. It could be allergic to pork or something, or if they're beef, maybe I don't know. I don't know. It just, yeah, it's funny. All right, my dudes, and the last story of the day is called Toyota Should Service Cars for Free, posted by user Cranberry Ginger Ale. I work at a Toyota dealership as a receptionist and cash out customers that get their cars serviced. One older gentleman, the choosing beggar, is having his maintenance explained by my coworker and told him the cost, $52.75, to replace locking lug nuts on each wheel. The price for the lug nuts were $41 and $11.75 for labor costs. Choosing Beggar decides that he shouldn't have to pay for the lug nuts due to the fact that he's been a loyal customer for years. He refuses to have to pay that much because apparently parts can be pulled out of the mechanic's ass for free. He assumed that once you go somewhere enough times, you don't have to pay anymore, because that's a thing. Coworker is very respectful and calm and goes to check if the price can be lowered or have inexpensive lug nuts put on. Choosing Beggar doesn't want low-quality parts and claims this dealership purposefully tries to take people's money and ends his time here by saying he'll be servicing his car elsewhere. It's hilarious that people use that as a threat, as if the company's going to have a financial downfall if one customer leaves. Hoping this Choosing Beggar has a better day, as well as gain common sense. Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, I get maybe like having a little bit of the labor waived or whatever, but it also depends on why did those locking lug nuts need to be replaced in the first place? Typically, you don't need to replace those unless you've tried to take them off with the wrong tool and you break them. But if you're taking your car to the dealership, then that shouldn't be a problem. They should be using the correct tools. So is it because you broke them? Because if it is, then you really shouldn't be getting any kind of discount. All right, my dudes, and I am going to end this video with a little bit of bonus content. So my last video, Walter had this little story to say in the comments, so I'm gonna get into that right now. Walter says, "Dude, the face painting story. I once worked with kids at parks for an after-school program. I was scheduled to escort a mascot around during a family event on a Saturday. Problem was, on Friday, my dumb 17-year-old self decides to go out on an all-night drinking sports-filled fun time. A friend lost his mom, and in her honor, I chugged half a huge bottle of tequila, complete with the worm. I tried to call off as 27 beers, and no sleep is not a good time to be around kids. I was passing out, standing up, while escorting a giant black cartoon crow mascot, and got mercifully given a different assignment. Unfortunately for the kids, it was the only one less suited to me. I grew up a sports boy and absolutely suck at drawing, and God decided to teach me a lesson painting rainbows on kids' faces. It was supposed to be simple. Red arch, blue arch, green arch, yellow arch, white cloud on each end of the arches. I can't pull that off sober, but to this day I'm proud and amused at creating rainbows of 3 different shades of grayish purple with rain clouds on each end. I got further demoted to guy who lets kids take 1 free piece of candy after playing and catching a fish in the game of robot fish, opening and closing their mouth. Basically, sit here, shut up, and let the kids grab a candy and go. I'll always remember the day I was Rainbow Bright's villain fondly." That's awesome. And it gave me so much nostalgia too, because I had so much Rainbow Bright shit when I was a kid. Like I had a tricycle that was rainbow bright. I had a towel. This is all on my 3rd birthday. I remember all of this. I remember everything I got. There was like a rainbow bright towel. There was like this little like plush guy, and I had him up until a couple of years ago, up until my parents' basement flooded. I had this, I can't remember what they're called. They're little fluffy creatures with like stars for ears. And they were like so cute. I freaking love it. But yeah, it got destroyed in the flood. So, well, whatever. That thing would have been worth some freaking money. I even had a glowworm. I had a popple. I don't know if you guys remember popples. Oh my God, I had all of those up until a couple years ago when they were destroyed in the basement flood. Oh well. Okay, now this next comment is from Kaylani Yates. It was in regards to the question I asked about special skills that you guys have. So this is what she says here. I have a skill that, so far as I know, no one else has. I make wooden walking staffs and canes. That's not the special part. Thousands of people can do that. What makes mine different is the fact that I have a special piece of equipment that allows me to crush stones and crystals. I then take those pieces and either make designs or words or letters that are mounted on the wood. My latest project was my personal cane, which features the Infinity Stones. Unlike Disney's Infinity Stones, mine are made of actual stones and crystals. Thanos and Rip Stan Lee. I get loads of compliments on my cane, and several people have even offered to buy it from me. Fat chance on that happening because without fail, these people always offer me $200 for it. That might seem fair to someone who doesn't know better. However, I've put about 60 hours into my cane. I'll be damned if I work for a little over $3 an hour, especially for something that's custom made. Hell, that price wouldn't even include the costs involved in making it. Sandpaper, stones, and crystals, and so on. Anyway, enough of my bragging. I hope you're having a good one. I am. I hope you are too. But that is so awesome. Like I replied to you in the comments that when I was going through my dad's storage, I found a whole bunch of canes that he had, a bunch of hand carved ones. One looked like it was ivory. But most of them were wood, hand-carved wood, and they look so beautiful. And I mean, I'm glad I don't need one, but if I ever do, I've got a nice collection at least. So that's a pretty cool skill to have. That's amazing, and I would love to see pictures. If you want to send me pictures, you can send them. You guys, if you ever have anything you want to send me, show me, whatever, just send it to my email, redditfairy@gmail.com, and I'd love to see all your artsy pictures of the stuff that you guys do. I'm so into it. I love it. All right, let's look at some other. I'm going to look at the rest of the comments under what is your special skill. So Momo Squad likes riding bikes. Zira Stardust can bounce 2 super balls and catch them both on the first bounce, one-handed, while standing on one leg and balancing a book on her head. It probably sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not. And as I said, I would really love to see that. Even if you want to blur out your face, crop out any identifying marks. I really want to see this. But if not, whatever, that's okay. Adala Fitty said, I have a 4-octave vocal range. That is fucking amazing. Like, when I read that, I'm like, what? I don't even think I have a 4-octave vocal range. I think, let me see. No. I can't even hit 3. So yeah, that is amazing. And let's see, who else? The Pink Dragon. I didn't see this one. Well, I can bend my bones, like in my hands, to be as thin as my hands' wrists. Yeah, I can slip out of handcuffs. No, really. A friend wanted to test it, and yup, they fell off easy. That's pretty interesting. Let's see. Did anybody else comment? I think that was the end of that comment thread. But anyway, I love hearing from you guys. This stuff is just so amazing. Keep it coming. Like I said, if you guys have any pictures you want to show me, I'll feature them in my video. If you got something cool and unique, and yeah, send it my way, my dudes. I love seeing that stuff. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification to be notified every single time I post a new video. Because who knows what's going on with YouTube's algorithm. And Kaylani, I hope that's how you say your name. Thank you very much. I see you commenting everywhere, trying to boost up that algorithm for me. I don't know if it's working, but if it is, much appreciated, my dude. And with that said, you mofos have a freaking fantabulous day, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode.